drop these. Everybody drop these. Everybody drop these. Everybody drop these. Everybody.
Ah, he wants to go off-road!
Are you gonna shoot that shot when you get the lane?
Yo, he was right on my ass, man.
You were wide open.
Who wrote this?
I did.
Ask him if he got the letter.
Did you get the letter?
What letter?
What's up, man? About to catch a fade, huh?
Hello. My name is Inigo Montoya.
Living dead.
Drop these. Everybody.
Let the hate flow through you.
Hey, there we are.
Hey.
How's it going, everybody?
Super.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
Oh,
Yeah.
there we go.
So, anybody watching or listening, welcome back to The Real Boys. My name is Dylan. We've got here Jerry and Blaze and Mike Pow Colbang. I think I pronounced that correctly.
That's the way you do it.
All right. And this is a movie discussion podcast, and today is our special edition, which we are talking about The Raid.
Yes.
Yeah, also known as The Raid Redemption in America due to some title issues. It's a 2011 film directed by Gareth Evans, not Gareth Edward.
Not Gareth Edwards.
Not Gareth Edwards. I
Nope.
thought it was the guy who did the Godzilla movie. It's not. That's my mistake, and I'm pretty sure I've said that multiple times.
Yep.
Yeah. Who would have guessed that there are two non-American film directors named Gareth E., who
And
broke
yeah,
into major, large-scale American productions about the
And-
same time.
very close too to each other.
Mm-hmm.
For people who aren't aware, The Raid is an Indonesian action thriller film put together by Gareth Evans. It is about a rookie officer who joins in on a squad raid against an apartment block in which a whole bunch of crime lords and his gangster buddies. I think it's appropriate to call them buddies.
Sure.
They're acting pretty buddy.
Yeah.
Buddy. Turns out they've holed up there, and the police are completely unprepared, and it turns into this martial arts choreographed fight movie. Michael,
Yes.
in ranking the most violent movies you've ever seen, where does this one sit?
It's up there.
Yeah.
I was trying to think of more violent movies. Like, I've seen movies with more fighting in them, but like the mixture of like hand-to-hand combat plus guns plus like the machetes and the axes that they use in this movie, it's like, and the action is just non-stop. The action does not stop in this movie. This was everything that I had a problem with when we watched The Night Comes for Us. I think my problems were that I had seen this already. So I knew what like sort of these types of action movies could be. And so, everything else sort of after this was a disappointment. Because this is an amazing movie.
Jerry, have you seen this movie before?
Yes. Yeah, I was rewatching it. I love this movie. A couple of my favorite martial artists are in this.
Yeah.
Guy from
we've
Mortal
got
Kombat.
Joe Taslim.
I can't think of his name.
Yeah.
Yes, Joe. And the main guy, was his name Tony? Is that Tony Jaa?
I don't know how.
It's not Tony Jaa.
No, it's not.
I don't know. It's okay. I always want to call that guy Tony Jaa. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No, it's
No,
Oh, man,
it's just because of the ears.
Mhm.
He has
It
he has
is
the same
okay.
big
Okay,
ears,
so I'm
yeah.
not the only one. Okay, okay,
No, he totally
okay,
does.
okay. Cool. I was starting to feel a little upset about myself there. Kept doing that. I was like,
It's
disrespecting that guy.
nope. That's
Yeah.
totally what it is.
Okay.
His
Okay,
name
cool.
is Iko Uwais, I believe, and I apologize for that pronunciation. But he was also
Yeah.
in The Night Comes for Us, I believe,
Yep.
as the bad guy's henchman in that movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
He's great.
yeah.
He's great, bro.
This is definitely a showcase of like that style of martial art. Because this story is, I think, at its core, pretty simple. And I think this movie is an example of how you can take a pretty simple story and prop it up very well with set and acting and choreography.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, the acting in this is great. I mean, we get the dubs, or I watched the dub. So the
too.
voice acting was, whatever, fine. But like the acting's not really, what they're saying so much as how they're doing things. And this thing is incredible. I only really have two problems with this movie, and they're both so freaking nitpicky that it almost doesn't matter. And the one is that one of the fight scenes is too long. But we'll get to that later. And the other one is the use of CGI blood that they do a little bit too much. But other than that, I mean, yeah, this movie I checked my time on it when they got into the like the tenement building. 13 minutes. 13 minutes this movie is going, and it doesn't stop after that. And it also does the perfect ending thing that that I love, where the movie ends. And we know that this guy has a pregnant girlfriend or wife, but we don't get like a long reuniting scene with them. We don't get like a tender thing at the end, because this was a violent action movie, and we get a violent action movie ending. It's sort of a happy ending, but sort of, I mean, as much as you can with this sort of thing. And then it's done. And I'm like, yes, an hour 40, perfect amount of time for an action movie like this. I can't say enough good stuff about this, so I'm going to let you guys go ahead. Otherwise, it's just going to be me talking about all the cool stuff that I like noticed while I was watching this for like the 15th time.
I'm so happy I made an episode that you love the movie, so I talk away. talk away, man. I loved it. No, but I seriously, I'm a big fan of this film. I love martial arts movies. They have great fight choreography in this. It's phenomenal. I don't know if you guys have seen it's on HBO Max, but it stars the guy from Mortal Kombat. He's one of the henchmen, and another guy. I can't think of the name of it. It's based off some stories by Bruce Lee, though, is what
Hero?
the show is.
Oh.
No, it's not Hero.
Okay.
It's not Hero, but it's set like back in, like the 30s or 40s, San Francisco. It deals with like the Irish immigrants and everything, and the Chinese and the white people. Great show. Same kind of fight. I guarantee I'd probably look it up. Maybe the same dude who did the fight choreography probably did the same show. Like, is this a lot of the same actors? That's the first thing I thought when I popped it on. I was like, that guy's in the show. That guy's in the show. A lot of the same guys.
Cool. Yeah, I've been in a real action movie mood lately. And this, I mean, I can't think of actually I can think of two other movies that scratch this same itch, but this is up there, man. This thing, and it does the thing where, even though it is like, this thing is ugly looking, but it's supposed to be. All the cops are in, their black costumes. Everything in the building is gray, but like, you're also getting the dust kicked up, so it's sort of foggy. So anytime that light comes in, you can really see it. Like, it's really cool. It really works, especially in the one fight scene where they make the drugs. and he's like banging people's faces against the tables, and the like cocaine is just like flying into the air. It looks so freaking cool. And then they also do the thing with the sound design, like everything. When somebody gets hit, it's brutal. And every time a gun fires, like you hear it. And they do the thing that I love when somebody gets shot at close range, and then everything goes quiet and like buzzy for a while. And it's just like, yeah, like the whole time I'm watching this movie, I'm like, yes, this is so cool. This is the best part of the movie. And the next part of the movie happens, and I'm like, yes, this is so cool. This is the best part of the movie.
One of the things I really appreciated about this is and you kind of brought it up, the clever use of the environment in the fight scenes. Not just the drug lab, but when they are in that initial shootout and they have to axe their way through the floor, and then they're trapped, and they put the propane tank in the fridge, and it's like, dude, man, just all of these little kind of like, it's all stuff that is naturally part of that environment that they use in a way that feels real. And
the propane tank in the refrigerator, and then he just throws a grenade into it. And then it shoots that fireball down that hall. So many good, like close, like very confined area fight scenes, which I also love, like hallways and elevators and stuff. It's just like, and then he's like, he grabs a guy a couple of times by the head and just like slams it, and as they're falling, he keeps slamming their head into the wall. I'm like, oh my god, this is so brutal.
The one that stuck out to me, let's talk favorite kills, I think, because this movie has some trademark kind of stuff going on, and we've covered the plot. Like there's go for it.
I was going to do the plot, like
go for
it. There's like a crooked like chief. He's like the chief, and Lieutenant, he sends these guys in sort of to die, and there's 20 of them to begin with, and 2 of them make it out. They have to fight their way up to the top, and that's really it. Like it's that like 80s action movie set up to a movie where it's like, we have to do this one thing, and that's the thing that we're going to do in this movie, and that's all you're going to get. And perfect, because all I want to see in these movies are these fight scenes.
This is a live hack and slash video game movie.
I was definitely thinking that
button mashing level, final boss every 3 level type. Work your way up to the top, like you said. And did you notice that the movie Judge Dredd was completely bit this thing? I don't know if like the entire thing, like the whole story.
Yep, that's one of the movies that I was thinking of. It's like it's like this, Dredd, and The Protector are the 3 movies, and The Protector, the big climactic fight scene of that movie is him working his way up a building, and it's like there's something so. The Protector, I think, does it the best because it's a one shot up the thing, but that's also not the entire movie. But that fighting their way up to the top of a building to get to your final boss, I think is just so effective in these movies. And when you get that great acting, the great sound design, the directing, I think, is what does it here, because even though all of these areas are ugly and dank and dusty and gray, there's a lot of interesting camera angles and stuff that make it look interesting.
Yeah. No, I
go ahead,
agree.
somebody else.
Okay, so look real quick. So that movie that I was talking about earlier, or that show, it was Warrior.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I've seen that. I didn't know that's what that was, but I will definitely watch that.
Listen, if you like this movie, like this is a series where everything is like that. You get the close combat, like I said, the same kind of martial arts, the bosses. It's great. It made me want to rewatch that show, and that show made me want to watch this movie. So
Cool. Yeah, no, I'm into it. Warriors on my queue. I'm doing it right now.
You will not be disappointed. If you want to talk kill scenes, let's do an episode after you watch that first season and talk kill scenes.
I'm in.
The whole time I'm just like this. There's so many new ways to kill people. You thought you saw it in this movie.
Oh, I'm excited now.
Yeah,
because I'm super pumped after watching this movie. Mm-hmm. So we were about to talk favorite kills.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, because now we're talking about how to specially utilize the tools you got. Jarian, what kind of kills stood out in this movie for you?
Well, I like the one where you stab the head through the. Yeah, I'm always a fan of that one. I'm always a fan of those. Like when they go through the levels or they smash somebody and they go through 4 levels, I like those. I like those.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Michael,
I'm
what are you thinking?
a big fan. There's 2 that really stick out in this movie, and it's during there's a fight with like 4 sort of mid heavies that takes place like right in the middle of like where all the floors go down, and in the middle is like a pit all the way down to the bottom, and he knocks the one guy off, and you're like, oh, he's just gonna fall all the way, but he doesn't. He falls like 3 floors and then like backwards bends onto the railing of the wall, and I'm like oh. Like I out loud made a noise like, holy crap, that hurt. And then the one where he where the guys are attacking the one cop, and he has the axe and he hits it into the guy's like shoulder, and then he pulls him off of it. Oh God, so good.
I think the one that stands out to me is when he pulls the man down onto the broken door.
Oh yeah, and that one.
I think it's the machete fight. I think it's when he's fighting the machete gang. And
and that one affects him. That one affects him. You can see it in his face that he's like. That may have been the first time that he ever like watched somebody that he killed. Like he watched the life drain out of them, and you could see that it was what?
Oh my God,
Zach Wiseman
on location. No.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I can't hear you. Hold on.
We can hear you.
Listen, I don't need to hear you guys. Is it my turn? Is it my turn to talk?
Go for it.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. Listen. First and foremost, I just really need to say, the Real Boys just gotten so far in the world. Like we used to do movies from like New York and some from like Hollywood. But now we're doing movies in like islands that I've never heard of. Anyway, I love The Raid. I'm sorry. I wish I could do the whole show, but I have to work, unfortunately. I'm outside of work right now. I actually work right next to this weird thing that crushes furniture. Don't worry about it. Either way, I'll say The Raid is one of the most impressive action movies. You can definitely hear me, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Jerry, how are you, sir?
I'm good. How you doing, man?
I hope that was good. Yeah, I'm sorry. I can't hear anybody, but I definitely miss Jarian. I've had enough of Dylan and Michael, but Jarian, I miss you, dude. I hope things are going well. I love your show. Yeah, dude, The Raid, phenomenal show. Absolutely kick-ass action. I was so impressed with all of it. I wasn't expecting a whole lot. I'll say I liked it more than The Night Comes for Us. Long camera shots, not stupid shaky cam, except for when I thought it was necessary. Choreography of the fights were absolutely stunning. And it's a good movie when they have to change the name for American audiences because there's just so many raids that they have to say, I guess it's just Raid Redemption. I have no idea because this is the best raid of all. So I love Real Boys. Love the show. You guys oh my God, you guys are doing so good out there wherever you guys are in Hollywood. But either way, I appreciate you. I love you, and I'm so stoked for Last Dragon. Jarian, awesome pick. Dylan, you're beautiful, and Michael, I'm glad you're here. And I'll see you guys later.